So I'm so glad you're still here with me on my journey as we talk about how do you start your very first, starting all the way from square one. So we've already determined at this point the why, the where, the how, and now the question is the what. What should I start growing? I want to give you a couple key things to keep in mind when you start determining what do you want to grow. Number one, determine what season you're starting your garden in, whether it's fall, spring, also the average temperatures, the highs, and the lows of your particular area. Now, by this point, you should already know what zone you're in and kind of already know your zone hardiness as far as, when's the last frost date, and you keep that in mind when you're picking up what you want to grow. So, for example, I know that if it's the summertime, I'm not planting brassicas or lettuce in Texas because it's too hot. Consequently, if you're in somewhere like Ohio or Michigan, well, you're not going to want to plant tomatoes in November because it's going to be too cold. Number two, go to the Facebook forums for gardeners in your area and kind of figure out what they like to grow. Kind of figure out what grows good in your area. And once you go to those forums, they'll kind of tell you what they all like to grow, what grows good in your areas. Number two, start with simple. Pick 3 vegetables, 4 at the most, easy, simple vegetables that everybody in your area tended to grow, so that way you know that you're going to have success. And you can grow numerous varieties of that particular vegetable. So you may have 6, 7, 8 different varieties of squash, 5, 6, 7 different varieties of peppers, but just kind of pick that one particular vegetable and get good at that. Grow that for the next 2 seasons, learn the soil requirements, the light requirements, mark your successes and failures, and just kind of master those 3 to 4 vegetables when you're first starting out, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. And then what you got to figure out, okay, let's say I want to grow tomatoes, peppers, and squash, and a melon, right? You said those 3 simple, easy vegetables. Try growing what you eat, most importantly. You don't want to grow stuff, and I made this mistake of seeing things in the catalog. You look, oh, that looks pretty, or oh, that looks like that's something I need to grow. And then you start growing and you realize no one eats it. I grew red lettuce my first season. Had a great amount of red lettuce. Beautiful. And then I realized nobody eats red lettuce. I asked everybody in the house, hey, why is nobody eating red lettuce? Because they said it's nasty. Then I had to stop and think. When have you ever went to the store and just bought red lettuce? They always try to chase it with other lettuce or mask it with something else to make it taste less nasty. You can't just buy a head of red lettuce. Same thing with arugula. So grow something that you know everybody in your house eats. We love tomatoes, we love peppers, and we love onions. So that's something that I'm going to grow consistently. Figure out whether you want to start your vegetables from seeds or from seedlings. It really just depends, going back to your why. If you have the money to spend but don't have the time to spend, you can buy a whole bunch of seedlings. Just keep in mind when you're buying seedlings, try to look for the best deal. Try to go to your local nurseries because A, they're going to be a little bit cheaper, and B, they're going to be things that are more suitable for your growing zones. The big box stores, they get tons and tons of this stuff sitting in a warehouse somewhere. They ship it all in spring. You don't know how long it's been sitting in a warehouse. And number two, they don't really even all the time take in consideration your zone. So they may send you something that may not be suitable for your growing zone. So go somewhere where you can find a better deal. If you do the seedlings, go to your local nurseries. I like Atwood's because every spring they always have veggies, $1 for the small ones and $2 for 6-packs. Secondly, if you're starting seeds, get you some good seed starting mix, get you some good seeds, and kind of study up on how to start seeds. And I'll be doing a video eventually on the best ways to germinate seeds. So either method is fine. It's just a matter of how much money and how much time you have and which do you have more of. Once you kind of figured out, okay, I'm going to go with seedlings or seeds, and I figure out when is the best time to transplant, when is the best time to start germinating, and you can do all that from your local ag extension. There's a couple good websites. Growveg.com is another good one. And at that point, it's just a matter of just getting out there, growing something, monitoring your progress, learning from your mistakes, and, getting better. Because after all, gardening don't got to be complicated or expensive. Just get out and grow something. So at this point, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to the comments. Tell me what zone you're in, and tell me what are your 3 staple vegetables that you grow in your garden season by season.